you ever worked for someone who drained the energy out of the room the moment they walked in? And have you worked for someone whose presence made you feel that you could stand taller, think bigger, and believe you could do more? Now, the difference between these two leaders isn't just strategy, intelligence, or experience, it's actually motivation. I want to talk about the power of motivation in leadership, and I'm going to share 3 key insights with you that will help you become the kind of leader who people choose to follow, not the kind they simply have to obey. So the first insight is motivation starts with you, not with them. Very important message. We often think leadership motivation is about how do I motivate my team? But the truth is, you cannot sustainably motivate others from an empty tank. You see, motivation starts with your own inner state, your identity, your beliefs, your energy. So if you wake up exhausted, resentful, and doubting yourself, your team will feel it. And of course, you will, right? You'll feel like an imposter. Now, if you walk into a room clear, grounded, and connected to a bigger purpose, they feel that too. People feel energy. That's the power of your energy. So the first question isn't, how do I get my team to care more or do more? The first question is, why do I care, right? Now, why does that matter to you? Now, what kind of leader do you want to be remembered as? What kind of impact do you literally want to have on the people around you? So why does this work matter to you? Because if it doesn't matter to you, it won't matter to them. You can ask them things till the cows come home and they're still not really going to care, because deep down they'll know you don't really care. It's very infectious when you believe in something as a leader. You see, when your motivation is anchored in something deeper than KPIs and deadlines, when it's anchored in who you are and what you stand for, you stop pushing people and you start pulling them forward. There's nothing better as a leader than seeing your people progress and grow. You see, your team doesn't just hear your words, they feel your conviction, right? Now think about it. 40% of people are kinesthetic. They're going to feel your conviction. That's 40% of the population. So if you're focused on data and information, you're missing out on 40% of people that are kinesthetic and 40% of people that are visual. That's 80% of the population. So if you want to be more motivating as a leader, start by reconnecting with your own why. Because your inner alignment actually is the fuel for everyone else's fire. Have you got that as a leader? Your motivation, your inner alignment is the fuel for everyone else's fire. So if you don't believe in yourself, if you don't understand your why, then no one will believe in you or understand you either. Now, the second insight is motivation is less about pressure and more about possibility. This is so important. You see, a lot of leaders confuse pressure with motivation. I see it all the time. They say things like, we can't afford to fail. You can't afford to fail, guys. Is that motivating? If we don't hit the target, we're in trouble. Fear. Is that motivating? You need to work harder. Oh, because you're the boss, you're telling us to work harder? Go whistle Dixie. It's not motivating. You see, it might create short-term compliance, but it doesn't create long-term commitment. You see, when you put pressure on people, it triggers fear. Now, when you are motivating with people, it awakens possibility. Now, truly motivating leaders don't just talk about what will go wrong if people don't perform. They paint a vivid picture of what's possible when they do go right, right? So they say, imagine the impact we can have if this works, if we get this right, the impact is going to be incredible. Now, this is how this project is going to change lives, including yours. Now, we're building this together, right? You see, motivating leadership is about connecting today's efforts to tomorrow's vision. When people see themselves in the vision, when they actually understand this is where we're going, this is the role I play in getting us there, their motivation shifts from I have to do it to I want to do it, right? So ask yourself, am I leading with fear or with possibility? Am I constantly reminding people of the risks, or am I helping them see the opportunity? Now, most powerful leaders don't just manage tasks. They ignite a sense of purpose that makes the hard work worth it for everybody. And the third insight, motivation grows in environments of trust and recognition, right? So you cannot motivate people you don't trust because they feel you don't trust them. You don't see them. And you can't motivate people if you don't see them. Like if you're just ignoring people and then you ask for something, it's not motivating. You see, motivation is not just an individual mindset, it's a relational experience. People are motivated when they feel safe to speak up, when they feel valued for who they are and recognized for what they actually contribute. Don't ignore what people bring to the table because they're part of making things happen, right? Think about it. Would you give your best to a leader who dismisses your ideas, takes credit for your work, and only speaks up when something goes wrong? Of course not. But when a leader listens deeply, asks for your perspective, acknowledges your effort, and celebrates progress, not just perfection, your motivation rises, and so does the team. And that is collective energy right there in that moment. You actually then want to contribute more, you want to grow more. Now, as a leader, you create motivation every time you say things like, I trust your judgment, run with it. I saw the way you handled that situation. Remarkable, really outstanding work. What do you think? You know, your insights really matter here, and they matter to me, right? Now, these moments are not soft, they're strategic. They build the emotional foundation that high trust rests on, okay? And that means with high trust environments, you get high performance. So if you want to be more motivational with your team, don't ask for more effort. Create an environment where people feel safe, supported, and significant. Because motivation thrives when people feel they matter. It's really quite simple. So why does it seem so hard? Motivation in leadership is not about being endlessly positive or giving inspirational speeches every Monday morning. It's about 3 powerful shifts. Start with you. Anchor your leadership into a clear, authentic why. Lead with possibility, not pressure. Show people what they're building, not just what they're avoiding. Now, build trust and recognition. Create an environment where people feel safe, seen, and significant. This is so important because when you do that, you don't have to drag people forward. They start moving with you because they believe in the mission and they believe in themselves. Now, if this resonated with you and you're ready to step into a more powerful, motivated version of your leadership, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and share it with another leader who needs this message today.